Hi everyone. Today is Tuesday, 7th of April, and we're going to be doing a intermediate advanced flow yoga with a nice focus today on releasing the neck and the shoulders. So ideally, if you have a yoga strap, that would be great. If you don't, just a small towel or a tea towel, something like that. So I'll give you a couple of minutes to grab either a yoga strap or a small towel or a tea towel. Because they should come and help today, because we'll be looking at the shoulders. As always, if you're here, give me a quick hello so I know I'm not doing this in vain. And also, once you've done the class, just give a quick like, a quick comment so that I know who's actually done it, because I think some people just sit and eat crisps. I'm watching you. Okay, so today we're going to need a yoga strap or a small towel or a tea towel. And then once you've grabbed one of those, or a tie or a belt, anything like that, make your way to your mat and find a comfortable seated position. So either cross-legged or kneeling. Hi, Victoria. Your hands onto your legs and start to close your eyes. So if you've just joined, today we're going to be having a look at shoulders and neck. So if you can grab either a small towel, like a tea towel, or a yoga strap or a belt, anything like that if you have one. So come to a seated cross-legged position, eyes closed, cross-legged or kneeling. And take some deep breaths. Sitting up as tall as you can. And taking your attention to a nice inhale and exhale. Feeling really grounded wherever you're sitting or kneeling. And then each time you breathe in, we're growing taller up through the spine, so really feeling the length coming up through the torso. And then you want to have a very tiny tip of the chin towards the chest. And make sure there's space between the top and bottom teeth, so your jaw can be relaxed. And then as you breathe in through the nose, draw the shoulders up towards the ears, as high as they'll go. And then as you exhale, sigh out and let them drop down. So inhale, shoulders to ears. And then as you exhale, drop them down. So keep doing this on your own. It's a really nice way to get any tension that might be around the neck or the shoulders. Do a couple more. Really letting them drop down and have a little bounce. And then find some stillness. And take a really nice mindful breath in and out through your nose. Good. And then blink, open your eyes. We're going to take the neck. We're going to release the neck. So use your left hand to draw the head over towards the left shoulder. The right hand can come out to the side. So you'll feel, depending on how much tightness you have, you can kind of adjust your hand and tip the chin back and forth slightly to find that place where you get a nice stretch. So keep it gentle. Keep sitting up as tall as you can. And take a few deep breaths right into wherever you feel your stretch. And then very gently release. Draw the neck forward. So roll the chin into your chest. Take the chin over to the right shoulder. Use the right hand to gently draw the ear towards the right shoulder. Again, the left hand, find a spot where you can find what feels like a long straight line down the neck and down the arm. One more breath. Good. And then carefully draw the chin forward again. Good. Take a moment. Draw the shoulders up to the ears. Give them a few nice big circles going backwards. and then forwards. Good, and then make your way onto all fours. So if you've just joined us, I can see we've got more people now. You will need a belt or a small towel today because we're going to do a lot of shoulder openers. Hopefully that will be nice if you're feeling tense these days, which you may as well, maybe. All right, so let's do some cat and cow. So shoulders over the wrists, knees under the hips. As you inhale, let the belly drop, draw the chest forward and look up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, push down with the hands and tuck the chin. So as we're doing these cat and cow breaths, really focus on your shoulders and your shoulder blades. Notice them squeezing together as you're looking up and drawing apart as you're squeezing the chin to the chest. Shoulders and the chest, become aware of the back of the neck. So on the up breath, the in breath, try not to crunch your neck. So you're trying to keep as much length as you can up the back of the neck throughout your practice today. Keeping the movements nice and slow, nice and mindful. And then come back to a neutral position. We're going to take the right hand and thread it underneath the left. So you're coming all the way down onto your right shoulder. So please be aware of your neck. If your neck feels under stress here, sometimes people like to rest their head on a block, but be really careful. Make sure it feels okay on your neck. And then we're pushing into the left hand, swaying the hips over to the right, and then lifting up the left arm towards the ceiling, stretching through the fingers and twisting the arm till it comes around to the right side of the body. Perhaps you can hold onto your thigh or your waist, and then take an extra moment to peel the left shoulder up towards the ceiling a little bit more. And then draw the hips to the right. Keep getting into the shoulders here. Take a steady breath. If you want to try the balance, release your left leg and see if you can stretch it away till you're balancing on your toe, and then perhaps you can lift the foot. Now the foot doesn't have to come very high. Just experiment with that balance. You might find you roll onto your back. That's fine. One more breath. Carefully now, release, so you're bringing the left hand back, push into the left hand, carefully unthread the arm, and take a moment now, just working the shoulders forward and backwards, doing your disco cat, I believe this is called. And then go the other way. So this time again, same setup, make sure you've got the shoulders over the wrist, left hand threads through, so you're coming onto the left side of your head. Work the hips to the left, push into your right hand. Hold it here for a few breaths. And then if you want to, we're lifting the arm up as well, bringing it around. Finding a position for the hand and drawing the shoulder up a little bit more towards the ceiling. And then trying the balance, so extending out the right leg, pointing the toe, and maybe you can lift the leg up. Woo! And you might find, there we go, this has a special name, this one. You might find you do just that, lose your balance and roll onto your back. And when you have picked yourself up, come back to all fours. That was graceful. Spread the fingers, tuck your toes and push up to downward facing dog. Pedal out through the heels. Let your head go. Still loads of space between ears and shoulders. Make any movements here that feel good. Great stuff. And then start to walk the hands back to the feet. We'll come into a hanging forward fold. So let the knees bend. Lengthen the body over the legs. Take your opposite elbows, back of the legs, whatever you like. It's actually quite nice to take your left hand onto your right shoulder blade and your right hand onto your left shoulder blade. You might find that feels nice as well. And then really hang forward. Knees can be soft, tip the weight into the front of the feet a little bit more. Take one more breath. And then release the arms and slowly roll up until you're standing On the way up, interlock the fingers, take them up towards the ceiling. Good, so you're stretching out, drop the shoulders, find a tiny back bend, and then release the hands and bring them down by your sides. Great, let's go through Sun Salutation A. So come to the top of your mat, hands by the sides, shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, reach up, look towards the hands. As you exhale, dive forward, fingertips towards the floor. Inhale, halfway lift, and then plant your hands, step or jump to plank and lower down. Breathing in, cobra or up dog, and then breathe out, take a few breaths in downward facing dog. So remember to push the floor away, spread through the fingers. Take one more breath. And then look forward, soften the knees. Step or lightly jump, feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, melt over the legs. Inhale, reach up tall, open the chest. Let's do one more. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. When you're ready, set your hands, step or jump to plank and lower down. Breathing in, cobra or up dog. And then breathe out, downward facing dog, take some breaths. So really open the chest towards the thighs. So you might find softening the knees really helps you get into the back of the body a little bit more to really open it up. One more breath. And then look forward, soften the knees. Step or jump, feet to hands. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Breathing in, stand up as tall as you can. Look to the hands. And then bring the hands down the center line. Soften the knees, Utkatasana. Raise the arms, look up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or jump and lower down. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, step it through and come up to warrior one. Let's hold it here. Arms are raised, knees over the ankle. So this is the shoulder opening class. So from warrior one, take your right hand, place it in between the shoulder blades. Left hand twists around, and you might be able to meet your fingers and clasp your fingers behind. If that's not an option, then grab your belt or your towel, whatever you have. In your right hand, drop it over the back, and then pick it up with your left hand, and then walk the hands towards each other. And then once you've got the grip with the fingers, you're turning the chest towards the front. One more breath. And then release your arms. Place them either side of your front foot. Step back to plank and lower down. Breathing in, cobra or up dog. Breathing out, down dog. Left side, inhale, raise the left leg. Exhale, step it through. Grab the belt if you need it or your towel. And come up to warrior two. Left hand to the middle of the back. Right hand twists around. Fingers meet behind the back. And then turn the chest to the front. Keep the front knee bent and make sure the legs are working. One more breath. And then exhale. Hands down, step back to plank and lower down. Inhale, cobra, up dog. Exhale, take a few breaths in downward facing dog. Okay, next time you breathe in, lift up your right leg. As you breathe out, step it between the hands and let's come straight up to warrior two. Front knee over the ankle, drop your shoulders and look towards your right hand. Take some really full and steady breaths. Energetically, the soles of the feet drawing towards each other to activate your legs. And then we're going to come into a triangle. So straighten your front knee. You might find for your triangle, particularly if you know what you're doing, you want to shorten your stance a little bit. So make sure your front heel is in line with your back instep. Take the body over to the right. Keep the right shoulder drawing forward, left shoulder drawing back. And then bring the right hand down, left arm up. And then today, bring the left hand either resting on the small of your back, or you might find you can bring the hand around onto your left thigh. Please don't really dump into your right arm. Use your core, your abs to pull in so that you can look up towards the ceiling without relying on your right hand to hold you up. One more breath. And then look down at your front foot. Set the hands down and step back to plank. Lower down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Let's do the other side. Lift up your left leg, sweep it through, and come up to warrior two. Take a moment here. Draw the shoulders down, find a softness in the arms. And as always, check you're not gripping your face, your jaw. Always keeping the back of the neck long. And then let's get ready for Trikonasana. So bringing the feet together if you feel you need to, you possibly do. Left knee straight, take the body over. Left shoulder forward, right shoulder back. And then bring the right hand behind. Wherever you can get the hand. And then we're looking up towards the ceiling. One more breath. Good. Look down at your front foot, plant the hands, and step back to plank. Lower down. Elbows are in. Inhale, cobra, up dog. Exhale, take a couple of breaths. Down dog, or maybe child's pose. So you really want to be spreading through all 10 of your fingers, pushing down with the whole of both hands. Take one more breath here. And then as you inhale, lift up your right leg. As you exhale, place it between the hands. Come up to warrior one. And then making sure your front knee is deeply bent, reach behind the back. Interlock the fingers, open the chest, and then hinge forward. Hands coming over the head. Try and let your head hang. Squeeze the heels of the hands together and reach the arms up and over. If you're very tight in the shoulders, here again is where you can use a towel or a belt. So you've got something to help get the shoulder stretch. One more breath. And then push down through the feet, lead with your chest to bring yourself all the way back up. And then place the hands either side of your front foot, step back to plank and lower down. Cobra or up dog as you inhale. And exhale, down dog. Let's do the other side. So lift up your left leg, place it through and come up to warrior one. Both heels are down, arms are up in the air. Front knee is bent. Reach behind. Interlock the fingers, open the chest, inhale. And exhale, hands come over the head. So stay connected with your mat. So you're pushing down, ball of the front foot, little toe side of the back foot. Arms coming up and over. Last breath. Lead with the chest to bring yourself back up to standing. And then place the hands down, step back to plank and lower down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Take 5 or so breaths here. or drop your knees and take child's pose. Really come back to that deep, steady breath in and out through your nose. Take one more full breath. And then carefully, if you took child's pose, come back up to down dog. Look forward, soften your knees, step or jump, feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, come up to Utkatasana. Sink the hips, squeeze the knees together, shoulders away from the ears. One more breath. And then straighten up, find your back bend. And then exhale, hands come down. Lovely. All right, let's keep the feet about hip distance apart. And we're going to take the hands behind the back again. Feel free to use your belt or your towel if you'd rather, if it's easier on your shoulders. If you're okay, we're interlocking the fingers. Soften the knees, look up, and then as you exhale, lengthen forward, hands over the head. So it's up to you whether you want to straighten out the legs so that you can really stretch out the hamstrings. Or sometimes it's nice to soften the knees just to give your lower back a little bit more space in the stretch. Wherever you are, tip the weight forward, keep reaching the arms up and over. And then lead with the chest, keep the fingers interlocked or keep holding on to your towel. And then release. Good. Okay, let's take the legs wide. Toes slightly turned in. Same thing, reach behind. Interlock the fingers or grab hold of something. Open the chest, soften the knees. Inhale. Exhale. Hands coming up and over. So tip the weight forwards. Tailbone tipping up towards the ceiling. So in these wide leg forward folds, the closer together your feet are, the more intense it will feel, and the deeper the stretch will be in the hamstrings. So if it's too much, always wiggle the feet further apart. If you're not feeling that there's enough of a stretch, then always bring the feet a little bit closer together. But remember, the toes are slightly turning in to the center line. Take one more breath. And then lead with your chest, push down with the feet, so that you can hinge all the way back up to standing. And give it all a shake out. Great. All right. My arms are really feeling it already. All right, so we're going to come into a balance. We'll look at Garudasana, the eagle. So again, as I've mentioned, today is all about the neck and the shoulders. So the Garudasana, it's a bit of a balance. So we'll start off by crossing your right leg over your left. So bend your left knee so that you can rest your big toe on the floor to keep your balance for now. Arms come so that they're parallel to the floor. So when the right knee is over, the right arm goes under. So cross the arms as far as you can and then come back on yourself. Perhaps you can also find a twist in the wrists. If that's not available, backs of the hands together. And then try and get all of the joints in line with the center point of the body. So you can probably feel as you lift your elbows, you're already feeling a nice stretch in the shoulder blades. But we're not balancing yet. So release your right foot and see if you can hook it around the back of your left ankle or calf. And then we're squeezing everything, sinking lower, keeping the elbows lifted. Take one more breath. Good. Unravel carefully, carefully. Give it all a shake out. Good. And let's go the other side. So soften your right knee. Cross the left foot over. Sink into the knees so that you can really feel that connection and that support from the feet, the knees pushing against each other. Left leg is over, so left arm is under. So I think my screen has flipped everything, so do what I say, not what I appear to be doing. All right, once you've got your twist, See if you can also hook your right knee behind. Try and square the hips, raise the elbows. So you want that straight line of the joints, wrists, knees, elbows and ankles. One more breath. Good. And then let go. Give it all a shake out. I'm really feeling the heat today. Take a moment if you need to, grab some water. Okay, let's make our way. So we'll come to kneeling. So we're going to do a toe stretch. So I did this on Saturday and forgot how excruciating it is, but how good it actually is as well. So come to a kneeling position. Make sure you've got some padding under your knees. Tuck your toes under. Bring your big toes to touch. Knees together. And then use your hands to spread the toes out along the mat. And then sit back on your heels. So this might be excruciating. I know it is for me. Or you might be able to sit and watch TV like this. So give it a go. If it gets too much, you can lift the hips up to take the pressure off. So while we're here, let's grab the towel or the belt and work the shoulders. So so we'll do the one we did from Warrior One. So take the right hand behind you, rest it on the center between the shoulder blades. Left hand comes up, so the back of the left hand and the palm of the right hand end up facing each other. If you don't need your prop and the hands meet, that's great. So keep the chest square and release your neck. And try not to think about your toes. One more breath. And then swap over. So, other side, left hand between the shoulder blades. Keep a steady breath. Try and keep the hips square, the shoulders dropping down. One more breath. And then release. Come forwards. Untuck the toes. Give the feet a little bit of a release on the mat. A little tapping. Whew. And then come forwards. Good. And then you can also give your toes a squeeze as well, because I know that's, for me, unbearable, but for a lot of people, nothing. So let me know. Again, this is very bizarre teaching to a screen. So please give me feedback at the end. Write me emails, I don't mind. It's starting to get a little bit lonely in this house. All right, Paschimottanasana. Flex the feet, soften the knees. Let's try using the belt or the towel today. So hook it around your feet, and you'll feel that you can really draw your spine straight. So even if you're very flexible, give this a go, just to change things up. So the legs are straight, feet are flexed. Sit up as tall as you can, and then start to walk the hands further towards the feet, but keep the spine straight. Pull in the belly and lengthen, shoulders down. So we're not thinking about coming forwards, we're thinking about straightening up and lengthening front and back. Keep walking the hands forward until you find that spot where you can keep your back straight. Then bend the elbows out to the sides. Take an inhale, and then let the spine slightly round so you can bow forwards over the knees. Here, if you want to, you can soften the knees to give your hamstrings a bit of a release. So you might want to let go of your belt, or you might enjoy that sensation of really using it to help you lengthen. So again, make that decision, see what works best for you. Let your head go, shoulders soft. One more breath. And then use the strap so you can hinge back up with a straight spine. Great. And then let's do Janu Shirshasana with the same rules applying. So your left leg is straight, your right leg is bent. Use your belt or your towel to hook around the ball of the foot. And again, draw your spine straight. Find that spot where you can keep a really nice, supported, straight back. And then open the elbows out. And take a couple of breaths here. And then a big inhale, exhale, melt over the leg. Up to you, you can keep pulling on the strap or you can let go and soften over. But always remember, you want that feeling that you're lengthening, keeping the chest open. One more breath. As you breathe in, come back up to the middle and we'll change over. Hooking the strap around the foot, lengthening, hinging forward, keeping the spine straight or as straight as you can. Elbows slightly open, chest open, free up the neck. And then as you exhale, lengthen, 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 and soften. One more deep breath. As you breathe in, make your way all the way back up. Good. So we're going to use the wall now, so I'm not sure what your setup is, but make your way over to something you can push against with your feet. So I'm not sure, maybe I'll show you now and then you can go and do it on a wall if you need to adjust. So bring your feet against the wall, bring your elbows down onto the mat. And this is a really nice shoulder opener. So it is also the preparation for forearm dog, but we're going to be really focusing on opening the chest and the shoulders. Elbows and wrists are in a line. Push into the arms and walk up the wall. And then you might find you were too close. So you want to find that position where you can walk up the wall, push into your feet, and draw the chest towards the wall. And really open your chest. And it's a really nice chest opener, shoulder release. So I'll give you a minute or so to go and do it against a wall of your choice. Make sure you take your mat so that your elbows don't slip on the floor. So again, try and keep your wrists in line with your elbows. Push into the feet so that you can work your chest towards the wall. One more breath if you're there, if you can hear me. And then carefully walk down. Make sure you take child's pose for a moment, so hands come back to the feet, let the shoulders melt. Forehead rests on the floor. Okay, so if you're, come back to your mat if you left it away. We're just going to do a quick variation of child's pose. So make sure you're on your knees, your hips are over the knees. Walk your hands forward and then bring your chest down to the floor. Again, this is a lovely, lovely opening for the chest, for the shoulders. And you might find your forehead comes down to the floor. Good. And then slowly make your way up and over onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest and gently rock left and right. Make big circles. And let's do a few bridges. So set your feet down so that your toes are slightly turned in. Walk your feet back, reach your hands down. Fingertips are touching the heels. Tuck the shoulders under. Squeeze up on an inhale. So activate the glutes. Lift up the hips, tuck your shoulders under. Interlock the fingers, reach the hands away. Try and keep the neck straight. Definitely push down through the feet. One more breath. So you're using the quads here. So you're gripping something between the knees. One more breath. Lift up your heels, release your hands, and roll down, one vertebra at a time. Keeping the tailbone lifted until it's the last thing to come down. And then windscreen wiper the knees, right and left. And then come back to the middle. Walk the feet back, reach the hands down. If you're doing your wheel, hands come over the shoulders. This is going to be the last one. Inhale again, lift up, do a bridge variation of your choice. So interlocking the fingers, or maybe the hands supporting the back. Push down through the feet, squeeze your glutes. If you want to experiment lifting up a leg, go for it. Then swapping over. Okay, one more breath. Lift up the heels, slowly, slowly roll down. Once you've come down, hug the knees into the chest. Gently rock left and right. And then let's come up to shoulder stand, or legs in the air, or legs up the wall. So a few breaths with your legs over your head. So as always in your shoulder stand, you're looking straight up the center line of the body. See if you can walk the hands further up the back, feet straight up towards the ceiling. Take one more breath. And then slowly, slowly, slowly unravel. Carefully as you can, knees into chest. Now use this time now to, if you want to take fish, Matsyasana, or a twist, or if you've had enough, it is now time for Shavasana. So take a moment, make any movements you like to really let the body have its final stretch, its final twists. And then come to lie on your back in Shavasana, your corpse pose. So closing the eyes, really letting go. Make sure the shoulders are tucked under, back of the neck is long. And then let's take a big inhale through the nose. Let it all out through the mouth. One more time, in and out. Last one, big breath in, long breath out. And then find some stillness. And see how heavy, how relaxed your body can become against the floor. Really get that feeling that you're melting and becoming heavy against the ground, against the mat. Everything, the whole body is relaxed. Keeping your focus on your breath, on the tip of the nose. And knowing that you're giving your body a very well-earned, well-deserved rest. And now start to make tiny movements. Wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. Deepen the breath. And then reach the arms up over the head, point the toes, arch the lower back, find a big stretch. Make your way onto one side. Keep your eyes shut. Pause with your eyes closed on one side. And then push yourself up. Bring yourself to a seated, cross-legged or kneeling position. Palms together, eyes stay closed. Again, sit up tall. Make sure the shoulders are dropped, the neck is relaxed. And allow your mouth to form a smile. And then take the prayer to your forehead for loving thoughts, to your mouth for loving words, and to your heart for a loving heart. Namaste. Thank you so much, everyone. Hope you enjoyed that. As always, if you've taken the class, even if you've done it not live, if you've done it at a later date, please give the video a like, give it a share, write a comment just so I know that there are people out there who are doing it with me. And as always, Shop Now button is there if anyone fancies making a donation. Thank you so much to those of you who have already. See you next time. Thank you very much.